Okay, so now we're getting into some of the fun tools that really can add an extra layer of spice to your images there, that you really can tweak them in a new specific way. We've been dealing with global adjustments over the whole image, and now we're going to be dealing with targeted adjustments, tweaking certain areas. And the very first tool we're going to talk about is the gradient tool, or the gradient filter. And so what you're going to do is, it's going to be the fourth one right after the red eye. You click on that, and when you click on it, you're going to see it's got all the same settings you've seen before that you can apply to the tool, and also a few extra ones down here. Noise, moire, I actually set it halfway decent, and defringe. You can play around and set all these. They usually keep the settings you've had for the last one, but remember, if you want to, you can come up and double click effect, and they all go back to normal. Also, don't forget, you've got this drop down menu. Look at this. You've got all these preset type of things, but you've also got things that a lot of people don't realize is iris enhance, soften skin, and teeth whitening in here. So if you're into portrait photography or whatever, don't forget that they've already got some of these set up for you. What it does is it's going to knock down the saturation and increase the exposure, so when you paint over the teeth that are maybe a little bit yellow, it knocks out some of that yellow and brightens it up a little bit. It's already got that set up there for you. And so you can do any of these that you want. You can delete, you can rename, you can do all that. Or you can just come in and reset and double click on there, and you're back to, let's get it back to something, let's go to clarity. All it's going to do is it's going to bump that up. As soon as I start to crank it somewhere else and add some other stuff, it goes to custom. All right, so all that being said, let's do this. I want to take this image right here, and I want to increase the drama of the sky. So what I'm going to want to do is, let's reset everything. I'm going to take and increase the highlights. I'm going to bump up the saturation, and I'm going to drop the exposure just a little bit. And now, this is just like your gradients in Photoshop or whatever. I'm going to start up here, and I'm just going to drag down. All right, and already the sky looks pretty good. I've got it set right now so it's showing the mask overlay. I'm going to get rid of that for a minute so you just see what's happening there. As a matter of fact, if you want to get rid of this thing, remember H hides the extra stuff so you can see what's happening without the line, and then H again and it's back up. I can take this and I can move it around. I can even come in here and spin it if I want, readjust it, or I can increase or decrease the level of gradient that I've got going on here. Remember, I can take this, and if I want to see it really over the top, I can crank these stuff really up to see what's going on, or make it a little more subtle. I can also add temperature to it and really tweak the sky whatever direction I want. But here's the problem that we've had in the past, and if you've been using Adobe Camera Raw, you've actually had this for a little bit longer than Lightroom just put it in, is now what happens, because you have this gradient coming across here, the sky's looking great, but it's also affecting the couple right here. While I'm talking about this, also you can have it set up down here for how things are going to react. Auto only shows the pins when I move my cursor into here. Always, it stays on no matter what I do. Then you've got selected. It will only show the one that's selected. If I click off of it, let's go to a new, it hides that one, but then if I reselect it, it will pop back up. And then never, I don't understand why you use never, because you never see the pins. It makes it hard to try to adjust and edit them. So I pretty much leave it on auto. And so there's that little dot that pops up when I move it over into here, and I click on it and I can adjust it. The other option is, the other one that I like is selected. So I come in here, I select that, I do what I need to do, but then when I hit done, it disappears. All right, so I'm going to come back, click into the radial filter again. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to find it. Let's go back over to here. I say I like selected, but I actually like auto better. All right, so this is what's going on. Now we have the brush tool available to us with the gradient mask. And what that means is not only can I paint in, like I could add this stuff as a brush over into this area if I want to add more, but I can come over and click on erase, and I'm going to zoom in. And what I can do is erase the effects of that gradient filter on them. They're the only things that are making the gradient filter not work because I don't want to apply it to them. But now I can come in and erase that area that I don't want to have them hit. And we're going to talk about the adjustment brush in just a little bit, so I'm going to talk about it in more in-depth, but make sure you click on auto mask when you're trying to do this so that it won't run past them and hit the sky. You may want to turn on the selected mask overlay so you can see where the mask is hitting and erase it all in there. But this is such a great improvement because now what you can do is very quickly come in here and add a more dramatic sky, but not have to do a lot of funky stuff to get it to be off of the couple right here. You can just come in with your brush and eliminate paint through here and get rid of all that gradient that's coming across them. Now I did that pretty quickly, and so it's not perfect, but there we go. Now if we do done, we can look at the, let's do the backslash. That's before, and that's with one quick swipe of the gradient tool across the sky here. I could do the same thing. I could add another one, a new one, and I could bring it up from down here, and I don't have to stay with the same settings. I'm going to get rid of that. I could darken it up even more. I could crank up the saturation if I want, open up the shadows if I want. It's completely up to me. I can add as many of these as I want. I can just keep hitting new and really shape the image just using the gradient tool there. So it's a wonderful tool that you can use to really shape and bring extra drama to your images. And now with the new brush tool in there that you can erase certain areas that it goes over something that sticks in the line of the gradient, it really is a powerful tool. So make sure you check it out.